The Rangers seem to be shifting through the gears this summer, and this latest move could be the one that truly defines their ambition. The hierarchy at Ibrox is now locked in advanced discussions with a highly regarded midfield maestro, someone who has caught the eye of numerous clubs across Europe. That level of competition only highlights the caliber of the player they're chasing. Yet momentum is firmly on Glasgow's side and everything points towards a breakthrough. Russell Martin's rebuild is gaining clarity, every signing, every whispered negotiation seems to confirm that this isn't a stopgap winter of discontent, but a carefully orchestrated campaign. The latest midfield pursuit is sending a clear message: the boys in blue mean business. With negotiations intensifying behind the scenes, supporters across Govan and beyond will no doubt be watching closely, wondering if this one works out and sets him apart from the chasing pack. So who's the next through the Ibrox door? What kind of spark can he bring to a midfield that's already showing signs of fresh impetus, and what exactly are the other talking points as the transfer window races on? Let's dive into today's rundown of everything Rangers from the past 24 hours. Before we get to the midfield maestro making waves, let's talk about a confirmed signing that's already landed at Auchenhoe. Rangers have officially announced the long-term acquisition of Emanuel Fernandez on a 4-year deal. The 23-year-old centre-back has arrived from Peterborough, where he established himself as a regular under Darren Ferguson last season. As reported earlier by our FC News, Glasgow's top brass have been in talks with the League One side to secure Fernandez's services, and with strong physical attributes matched by impressive technical ability, he's been earmarked as the sort of defender Martin and his coaching staff can mold into a dominant presence at the back. Standing at 6 foot for Fernandez speaks for himself when it comes to aerial dominance. His physicality caught the eye of the Rangers scouting team, and the club see in him a player capable not just of holding his own in Scotland, but of evolving into a commanding leader in defense. On arrival, he said, "I am honored. It is a huge club with a great fan base, and I think I can kickstart my career and have a good journey here. I was shocked when I heard about Rangers because it is such a big club, but it was the place I wanted to be. I haven't played at this level. There will be a lot of life changes for me, but it is something I want to be part of, and I can't wait to get started." Head coach Martin was quick to praise the new recruit. "Emanuel is a young defender with a huge amount of potential, and I am excited to welcome him to the club. He has a strong physical presence, is a commanding defender, and I believe in this environment we can help him develop and provide him with the opportunities to take his game to the next level. I'm looking forward to welcoming him into the group and getting to work." Yet Fernandez is just the beginning at the back. Rangers remain in the market for further center-back reinforcements throughout the window. A move for Connor Cody is still anticipated in the coming days, with Leicester City yet to resolve his future for the next campaign. And there's growing talk of a loan deal for Nasser Jahan Giggs from Wolves, a 22-year-old Burkina Faso international, currently out of favour at Molineux. He joined Wolves in January for around £10 million, but could be made available for a season-long loan as he seeks more regular game time. Rangers will have to fend off competition, but sources suggest there's still a strong chance he ends up in Govan. With the defensive pieces falling into place, the club's attention has shifted firmly to midfield, where we come back to the talented player being pursued on a permanent deal. Rangers are in advanced talks to sign Theo Oscard from Luton Town, a versatile midfielder who's comfortable in multiple roles. He arrived at Kenilworth Road in January from Wigan for about £3 million. Luton's relegation from the Championship left a gaping hole, and Rangers wasted no time entering negotiations. Sources close to the negotiations remain confident that an agreement will be reached, with Oscard expected to be unveiled as a light Blues player in the coming days should terms be finalized. A Liverpool Academy graduate, the 23-year-old clocked 14 goals in all competitions for Luton last season, and even earned a full debut for Norway earlier this year in a convincing 5-0 win over Moldova. This, combined with his age and positional flexibility, makes him an ideal addition to Martin's midfield overhaul. Oscard's ability to drive forward, carry the ball, contribute to the goals, and slot into different systems makes him an increasingly attractive proposition for a Rangers side looking to evolve its style of play. A permanent deal would mark a statement of long-term intent, demonstrating that the Ibrox club are not merely looking to patch holes, but to build a squad capable of sustained success under Martin. Meanwhile, the interest from other clubs underlines the level of competition Rangers are up against. It's rare for a player in this age bracket with those sorts of numbers to be so highly rated. If this deal goes through, it won't just be a Could be a clear signal to the rest of Europe that Rangers are once again a team to fear in the transfer market. So what else has caught the eye? Well, stay tuned, because in just a moment, we'll break down a fresh perspective on Rangers' ambitions from none other than Tony Pulis. Plus, we'll discuss another incoming midfielder with strong ties to Russell Martin's past. There's plenty more to come in today's video, but first let's see how these midfield rumors stack up and what it could mean for Martin's evolving tactical blueprint. Let me know what you think of these moves. Are Rangers finally putting together a squad that can challenge Celtic and make noise in Europe? Does Oscard fit the bill, and what about Fernandez's impact at the back? Will he be the rock at the heart of Martin's defense? The conversation's just beginning, and we want to hear your thoughts across the comments. The energy surrounding Ibrox just now feels different, and it's not just because of the new faces coming through the door. There's a clear shift in strategy, a sharper focus on bringing in players not only with potential, but also with proven resilience and the hunger to succeed. One such example is Joe Rothwell, whose signing marks yet another reunion between him and Russell Martin. This isn't just about familiarity, it's about trust, a shared footballing philosophy, and a recognition of the kind of character Rothwell brings to the dressing room. Rothwell has penned a 3-year contract after leaving Bournemouth, where he still had a year remaining on his deal. Rangers secured his transfer for an undisclosed fee, and while some might have raised eyebrows at the move, especially considering his lack of Premier League minutes, those who've followed his career closely know exactly what he brings. This is a midfielder who thrives under pressure, who reads the game with precision, and who has the work rate that any successful side needs at its core. Rothwell and Martin worked together during a 6-month loan spell at Southampton last season, where they achieved promotion via the playoffs. That success, that taste of pressure and triumph, is exactly the kind of experience Martin wants to inject into this Rangers squad. In his first words as a Rangers player, Rothwell made it clear how much this move means to him. It is brilliant. The size of the club speaks for itself, and as soon as the interest was there, it was an immediate yes from me. He added that reuniting with Martin made the decision even easier. Working with him in the past and knowing what type of guy he is and how he wants to do things, that was an even bigger pull for me. You get the sense this isn't just another stop for Rothwell, this is a new chapter he's desperate to make count. Martin was equally enthusiastic about the move. He is a player who we thoroughly enjoyed working with during my time at Southampton, the manager said. His leadership, professionalism, and quality were a huge asset. He is joining on the back of 2 promotions, so helps bring a real winning mentality to the group. That kind of pedigree, especially in a league as competitive as the Championship, shouldn't be underestimated. Rothwell knows what it takes to grind out results, to keep calm in the chaos, and to lead by example. It's also worth remembering that Rothwell's journey to Ibrox hasn't been a straightforward one. He came through the ranks at Manchester United before heading to Oxford United in 2016. From there, he earned a move to Blackburn Rovers, where he spent for solid years before joining Bournemouth. Now, after successful loan spells at Southampton and Leeds, where he played 39 matches and helped the club to the Championship title, he arrives in Glasgow with a point to prove and a wealth of experience to lean on. What's particularly exciting is the mix of players Rangers are bringing in this summer. From young talents like Fernandez and Oscard to seasoned professionals like Rothwell, there's a clear balance being struck. The strategy seems to be about building not just a team for now, but a squad that can grow together, compete on multiple fronts, and challenge consistently both domestically and in Europe. Rothwell's arrival isn't just about adding depth, it's about raising standards, setting examples, and embedding a culture that Russell Martin clearly wants to cultivate. Sporting director Kevin Thelwell echoed that sentiment when he said, "We are thrilled to secure Joe's services as we continue to strengthen the squad this summer. He has a wealth of experience in the game, having performed strongly over a number of years at various levels in England. We believe he has the right temperament and quality as a player to be a strong addition to the squad and look forward to seeing his impact." That word temperament is key. Rangers aren't just looking at stats and performances, they're focusing on character, on mentality, on how a player reacts when the pressure is on and the stakes are high. And that brings us back to the bigger picture, because while individual signings are crucial, it's the collective direction that really defines a club's ambition. Under Russell Martin, this Rangers side is starting to take shape, not just in terms of personnel, but in identity. You can sense a philosophy emerging, one that values technical ability, physical presence, tactical discipline, and above all, a burning desire to win. Every signing so far reflects that blueprint, and if the club can continue to land their top targets, then the trajectory only goes upward from here. Of course, the shadow of Celtic looms large. The rivalry is eternal, and no Rangers rebuild will be judged in isolation. It will always be measured against the green half of Glasgow. Brendan Rodgers has done an exceptional job keeping Celtic on top, but the pressure is now mounting on Martin to close the gap. These signings are part of that response. Rothwell, Oscard, Fernandez, they're not just bodies in the door. They're pieces of a puzzle designed to outthink, outfight, and ultimately overtake Celtic. Tony Pulis, never one to mince words, recently shared his thoughts on the current landscape in Scottish football. Speaking about Conor Coady, who remains a target for Rangers, Pulis noted, "There are one or two teams that have improved immensely behind Celtic and Rangers, which has made things more competitive. I'm sure Conor Coady will have lots of options. If he ends up at Rangers, then he will see that it's a fantastic club with fantastic support." He's right. Glasgow is a city of expectations, and Ibrox is a cauldron where players either rise or fall. Cody's experience and leadership would be invaluable in a league where margins are thin and pressure is relentless. Pulis also touched on the speculation linking Jamie Vardy to Rangers. While that may still be a fair-off scenario, it does point to the kind of ambition that's beginning to bubble under Martin's tenure. The former Leicester striker would bring fire, goals, and media frenzy. More importantly, though, it would underscore the message that Rangers aren't just looking to build. They're aiming to explode back into dominance, and make no mistake, the stakes couldn't be higher. With new owners showing a willingness to invest, with a manager trying to imprint his identity on every aspect of the squad, and with fans desperate for silverware, this summer window is about more than just plugging gaps. It's about setting a tone, a tempo, and a trajectory for the years to come. So what happens next? Will Rangers manage to get the Oscard deal over the line? Will Coady become the next defensive general to arrive in Glasgow? And could there be a surprise or two still to come as the transfer window unfolds? One thing's for sure, this club, this institution, is moving with purpose again. The blueprint is being drawn in real time, and the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's see how it all unfolds. Keep your eyes on the training ground, your ears on the rumor mill, and your hearts ready. Because if this is just the beginning, Rangers fans might just be in for one unforgettable season. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are swirling around Ibrox once more, and this time the noise isn't coming from the pitch. There's growing chatter across the Scottish football landscape that the Scottish Football Association SFA is set to come down hard on Rangers FC, following public comments made by club officials, which have been widely interpreted as sharp critiques of the nation's refereeing standards. Insiders close to Hampden Park suggest the SFA is preparing disciplinary measures, though no official statement has yet been issued. The move is said to stem from recent post-match interviews and internal club communications that, according to sources, have crossed a line in the eyes of the governing body. While the Rangers camp remains tight-lipped, speculation has only intensified as SFA board members met behind closed doors earlier this week, reportedly to discuss the Ibrox side's conduct. Supporters of the Light Blues argue that the club has merely voiced long-standing concerns about consistency and transparency in officiating, something that has been echoed across the Scottish Premiership by other clubs in recent seasons. However, some observers claim that Rangers' tone in recent statements may have struck a nerve higher up, prompting the association to reassert its authority with what could be a hefty fine or possibly even a points deduction, though such a punishment would be without precedent. Critics are warning that any overt action by the SFA could fuel further tension between clubs and the governing body, especially if Rangers choose to appeal or escalate matters to international football authorities. There's also talk in the background that this might spark renewed calls for independent referee oversight in Scotland, an idea that's gained traction among pundits and fans alike. For now, the Govan faithful will be watching closely, not just for developments on the park, but for the next chapter in what's becoming a dramatic off-field saga. Whether the SFA's hand will be firm or measured remains to be seen. But the rumor mill isn't slowing down. Something's brewing, and it might be more than just stormy weather over Glasgow. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.